The subject I will address, first subject I will address, is of interest to young and old, man and beast, to everyone without
glorifier of
exception.
man.
The subject is the technology of wishing.
War.
How to formulate
War,
your
the
wish in such a
abomination.
way that it has
War, the
some
destroyer.
chance of being realized.
War, the degrader of
And a
men,
consideration with
the
less
depriver of life.
the responsibilities
harbinger
involved
of
in wishing.
woe.
You might say the ethics in wishing.
I speak unto you of death, of
My own interest in
devastation,
the subject was
and of
rekindled
dark despair.
when this book
I bring you a
came to
vision,
my attention.
stark and lurid in
It's
its
called On
terrifying
the
clarity.
Frontiers of
A
Science
vision of death,
by G.
a
Harry
vision
Steen
of searing agony,
and
and of
published
irretrievable
by
loss.
Athenium Press in New York.
I bring you a vision of war. Roam with
the book was
me
given me
over the
by one Lem
battlefields of the
Magruder, who
world,
is now founded the
gazing
Magruder
on the
Foundation
mutilated
to investigate
corpses,
subjects on
side
the
by
frontiers
side
of
with the
science.
still writhing bodies
He's a
of the
retired
mortally
psychology
wounded.
professor with a keen interest in
Hear
gambling
the
systems,
pleading,
among other things.
helpless, hopeless cries of those
Gambling
who
does
take a
not
long
interest
time
me
dying.
in the slightest.
Dying?
Nothing costs more
Dying?
than what you don't pay for.
What? In
You
the
want
last
to win like
hours
Nick
of
the
terrifying
Greek?
pain and anguish,
The price is you will become Nick the
alone,
Greek. I
forgotten,
don't want to do that.
friendless,
So now here
on
in
an
this book
arbitrary
is something called the
spot
wishing
selected
machine.
for his fame by some
Chapter 9. First,
strutting
there's a
general,
brief description
blind to the
as to how
agonies
this
of
device is
human
made. It's pretty
beings
simple.
and
Looks like.
serving at their expense some imbecile government,
Oh,
some paranoid
here we are.
dictator,
when a symbolic
some
sample, a
meaningless,
photograph of a plant,
directionless
a
idea.
person, for example, or it could be a
Look again.
hair,
Hide not your
lock of
face.
hair, fingernail peelings,
These
anything.
are
This
men
is pure
in the
sympathetic
prime of their
magic.
glorious youth. Beautiful men,
Then you put
strong
it
men,
between the two
men
copper
of
input
courage and
plates
skill.
and the amplifiers turned
Is
on. The
this their
experimenter then
destiny?
consciously thinks of
Is
some
this the
change he
purpose of
desires
their
to occur in
existence?
the
Is
symbol
beauty
in
made to be
the sample placed
transfigured
between the
into
plates.
grotesque ugliness?
According to private correspondence with John
Is
W.
strength
Campbell
created
Jr.,
to dwindle into helpless
this device
weakness?
achieved a 90%
And is the love
plus
of man
kill rate
for man,
ratio for Japanese
the brotherhood,
beetles.
the human
In 90
bond
test plots,
established
achieved a
to be stripped
70%
asunder
kill
by
against
this
corn
plague
borers
of war.
in other tests. Destroyed
Is love destined to become hatred?
all but eliminated
Is the
acne from
lifeblood
the
that
skin of
courses like
his
fire
adolescent
through
daughter.
veins? Is it to be spilled and wasted on a
Eliminated a number of severe
battlefield?
warts on an infant girl.
And is the
And
spark
here
of
is
life,
the author's
the essence
experience.
of man's dignity and pride, there to be snuffed out shamefully and in the
It
depths of
seems that his
ignominious
little girl was
disaster
suffering from very
before it
severe warts.
reaches the point of its zenith?
It had a number of medical treatments which
Man
were
is a
unavailing.
noble creature.
So I placed a
He has had
photograph
it
of
within
my
his
daughter
power
between the input
to
plates of
stand
my wishing
supreme,
machine.
the
Turned on the
center of
battery
the
power and
universe,
consciously thought about those
shining
warts going
star,
away.
the master of creation.
About killing the virus that was causing the
His
warts,
love
and about my
extending
daughter
to
without.
encompass all that moves
So we left
within
it on.
his
The result
organ.
was frightening. Within 3 days,
And
my
with his
daughter's
noble
warts had decreased
counterpart, his
markedly,
partner, his
including those
complement,
that were beginning to
the
grow inside
softness
her
of his
nostrils.
strength,
Within 4
the
weeks, she was
sweetness
free
of
of
his
warts
power,
and has not had
the
anything like them
gentleness of his
since.
virility,
I disassembled
woman
my
of his
wishing machine
manhood,
because I was afraid of what I might do with it.
with her
It
to
seemed that this
stand
phenomenon
complete,
involved too much personal
ruler
power of a
of
sort I
all
didn't
things,
understand and felt that I
with
might
none
not
but
be
God to
able to
deny him.
control.
And is this the being
The
of whom I
machine was
speak?
also sheer outright
This
magic,
groaning,
whose consequences
writhing,
went far
tortured
beyond that of
thing,
strange machines
crying
such
out
as
for a
the
ceasing of
dowsing
its
rods or some
pain,
other he describes.
praying for death to bring it blessed peace. Or this
yes.
foul, mutilated pile of flesh,
Oh, this one.
torn to
Okay.
pieces, lifeless, still,
Well,
a frozen
so,
cry
in other
of
words,
ultimate dismay,
he just couldn't handle it.
Twisting what
Well,
remained
wishes should be
human
made of
face
sterner
into a
stuff.
hideous mess.
It works, so he's gonna
All
disassemble it
this
for Christ.
crawling object. One leg
Then he
gone,
says that this
ripped
is
out
not
at
a
the
murder
root,
machine,
dragging itself
that it
in
seems
hopeless
to be only
lunacy
useful
across
against
an
fairly
endless
simple
desert
living
of death.
organisms. Well, I say if it'll kill a corn borer, it could kill a person. I mean,
Its
it really
mother,
is potentially
where is she, proud
killing
woman?
machine.
At home,
Well,
choiceless, pretending to be cheerful, tortured inside by an anguish of hope and fear, dread lurking in her heart, and a helplessness
So-
as complete as his is now.
well, anyway, Magruder had one of these machines made
She
up
does
and
not
gave it
know
to me
as
for
yet.
experimental purposes.
She will never know, not as we do,
And,
who have seen the boy in the moment of his final disillusionment, when he
Well,
wandered in spasms
I had
in the
some
midst of
successful.
his
Wait a
lonely
minute, here are a
torment.
few of the,
What could
of the,
conceivably make such a
if you're gonna
thing
make a wish, there's certain
worthwhile?
rules.
What pointless idea?
One of the best was formulated
What
by Eliphas
arbitrary
Levi.
political endeavor?
Vouloir
What
sound
claim?
désiré,
What
while on a secret de le
condemnation?
pouvoir, to wish
right?
or will without
What
desiring.
ruler's whim? What God's demand could
always
balance
visualize your
even
wish is already
100th part
accomplished.
of this
All wishes must be
unspeakable horror,
unconditional.
this inconceivable
I mean, if
agony,
you're going to say, yeah, I
this
want it, but
unimaginable
forget it.
degradation,
It's dead on the
leading to
launching
nowhere,
platform.
much longed for death.
And then, since your wish is
Oblivion.
unconditional, a question of responsibility arises.
she know?
Ask yourself what would be
How could her heart
necessary to
contain such a
realize
wish?
your wish.
How could her mind keep hold of
How
sanity?
many of you have read The Monkey's Paw?
She will discover in time that he died valiantly in
Hoping
the
for
service
more
of
than
his
that.
country.
Well, this is a perfect
at once
example. It's one of the
she will
best
see him
stories
at
on the
rest,
three wishes,
At
I think.
peace, lying in a
In the
coffin,
language.
decked with the glorious
Well, the story
emblems
is
of war.
this couple
and noble
living there with their
death.
son, very respectable stage.
She will feel the
And an old
emptiness, the
sailor
loss,
friend comes
the
in.
misery,
And he has
She will
this,
cry because her
monkey's paw
heart will
with,
turn to lead within her.
and
For her son
three
is
people
gone.
will have three wishes
She
granted.
will mourn him,
And this was magic
fantasize
was
him
put
back
into
with
the
her,
monkey's paw
and
by
cry
an old
again,
fakir
because
to
it
show
cannot be.
that people shouldn't interfere
She will
with
long
fate.
without hope,
Their wishes will bring them
pray without
nothing but
expectation
happiness.
for a miracle to bring him back to life,
Well,
and she will
so
move
the
a
old
little
sailor, he's
closer
had his three
to her
wishes.
own death
And he
of a different
throws it in the fire, and the host
but
goes
she
and
will
picks
know
it
nothing
out.
of the story as it really was.
He said, I threw it on the fire.
But let
If
us
you keep
return.
it,
Our
don't
tour
blame
is
me
not
for what
finished
happened.
yet.
Pitch it on the fire again like a sensible man, and of course he
And a
won't.
group of men sleeping for moments
Okay.
here and there, afraid,
So he makes about one
and
of the
afraid to show
stupidest
their
wishes you could possibly
dreading the
make.
dawn that may bring
Ask
death
for money.
or worse,
Oh boy.
believing each
Well,
in his heart
Says it seems that I
daughter
have all
braver
I
than
want.
he,
If you cleared the house,
fearing
you'd
that
be
he will
quite
show
happy, wouldn't
himself
you?
a
Said
coward
Herbert.
on the
That's
field
his
of
son.
battle.
Well, wish for
That in the
200
moment of
pounds,
the final test,
and that'll just
his
do it.
life will seem to him of
Well,
more
he did. I
consequence
wish for
than the
200
glory
pounds, said the old
or the
man
aims and
distinctly,
obligations
holding the
of his
monkey's
motherland,
paw in his hand.
and wondering
A
just
shuddering cry from the old
why
man.
it is not so.
It moved, he cried with a glance of disgust at the object.
One gazes at a picture of
As
his
I
wife.
wished it twisted in my
Young,
hands like a
beautiful.
in my hand like a snake.
To him, the pinnacle
Oh well,
of
you just
beauty,
imagined it, dearie.
and wonders why he is here,
Okay.
waiting
Now,
to begin a battle
next
of which he
day,
knows little,
a man
and
comes
understands
around.
less.
Call.
and in which he plays a part so
Rather
minuscule,
mysterious.
so
stage, and he's obviously
microscopic,
very ill
so
at ease.
insignificant as to have no meaning.
I was asked to call,
Why
he said
should
at last,
this
and
be the
stooped to
core
pick
of
up
the
a
earth
piece
to
of cotton
claim
from his
him?
trousers. I came from Ma and
Where he
Megan's.
is
That's the
nothing,
factory where the son
rather
works.
than his wife,
The old
whom he
lady's
knows
daughter.
and
Is
loves.
anything the matter?
Why should this vast
anything
machine
happened to
of
Herbert?
war embroil him
What is it?
as a mere cog in one of a thousand
there,
wheels, when with her
yes.
he could be manhood
Is he hurt?" demanded the mother wildly.
thing of
The
great
visitor bowed his head in assent. "Badly hurt," he said
Naturally
quietly,
enormous consequence.
"but he is not in any pain."
Performing a function.
"Oh, thank
which he
God,
alone
thank
is
God,
capable. He could be her life.
Go to the machinery.
Love, as she could be his.
"He was the only one left to us,"
Here
he said, turning gently
is
to the visitor. "It is
dross,
hard."
Chaff,
The other coughed.
waste matter.
"The firm wished me to convey their
With her
sincere
there could be
sympathy with you
warmth,
and your great loss," he
closeness,
said.
joy.
"I beg that you will
gentle
understand I am only their servant."
Here, there is only the cold
The
night
factory
air
more and more disclaim all
and the cold
responsibility.
dread
They admit
of what
no
one might
liability at
bring.
all, but in consideration of your son's
There is
services,
no
they wish
joy,
to present you with a
only the
certain
memory of
sum
fear,
as
the presence
compensation.
of fear, and the expectation of fear as long as he remains alive.
That's the first wish.
And
A couple of
laughter,
days later, she gets
when
an
it breaks
idea.
the barrier of mirthless dread,
What?
is brittle and
She's
shallow.
gonna see. She gets
And
the
seems
monkey's paw. She's
closer
gonna
to crying.
wish her son back to life.
So why, he asks himself, am I here?
Yeah. So, then there's
So
a loud
why,
knock
he asks
resounded
himself,
through the
am
house.
I here?
"It's Herbert," she screamed. "It's
And
Herbert."
he remembers her,
"What are you going to
and
do?"
being with her.
"It's my boy," and she's going
a
down
tear
to
slips past the
door.
dam
"For
of
God's sakes, don't
self-control.
let it in."
He coughs and blinks it away.
It was in a terrible
Hastily
state, you
hides the
understand.
picture
I didn't
from his
want to
fragile
tell you
memory.
that. My God, don't let that thing in here.
And when the dawn swells up,
So, anyway,
glowing,
she's
growing
struggling with the
golden
bolt.
ember in the
Her
east,
husband was on his hands and
flooding
knees,
the land
groping
with
wildly
light,
on the floor in search of
bringing the
the ball.
warmth of a new day,
If you could only
and
find it
heralding
before
the
the
sun
thing got
itself.
in.
when the darkness
Well,
has been
he had the
scattered
chair
from the
drawn
land,
back and the door opened. The
The
cold
shadows
wind
wiped
rushed up
away,
the staircase.
and all
A long,
awakes.
loud wail of disappointment and misery
Is it
from
for
his
him
wife.
the beginning of another
No.
day of beauty?
The street lamps
Does he see the
flickered
incomparable
on a
miracle
quiet
of
and
nature?
deserted road.
Does he see the incredible creation
Very good handling of
that
the
is
three
the
wishes.
world in which he
Well,
lives?
now, that
Does he
story, if
see
I
the
ever again
flowers,
have to teach a class
the
in creative
birds,
writing,
the trees,
I would certainly
animals?
assign that, because there are any number of stories that can be
Does he
written
see
on that
the
subject.
mountains,
Of the monkey's
the
paw, the
floating
wish.
clouds?
Wish,
Is he
There's
the
almost
man
no
to whom
wish
all
that you
this
can
is
make,
given,
which isn't
and for whom it was
very,
devised?
very dubious indeed.
And does he thank the God that made him the
So,
gift? Thank him
with these
for all the
considerations
pleasure
in mind,
you find in it, for another day in which to feel
I-
that pleasure?
tried the machine.
No,
And,
no.
beginner's luck.
He sees none of it.
First one
How
was
could he? He sees only the
Magruder
weapons of
himself
war,
suffers from, I think you
and the
call it
vigor of death
tinnitus,
before him.
ringing in the ears.
and he sees
Well, it
an
can be.
enemy mighty
I think there are about
and
10 million people in
trained to
America
an
who have this
unsurpassed
condition.
perfection.
And it can be an absolute
the
torment.
enemy.
Driving people to suicide. They feel
For all
like they've got
these
freight
nightmare
trains going through their
fantasies,
head.
Is
And
another such as himself,
apparently there's nothing that the
Another
medical
man given the
profession can
beauty of
do
the
about it,
earth,
but they're working
not
on it.
seeing it.
Well,
And both
it occurred to
are
me
bent
right
on
away that a
strange,
good idea would be this, that he
incomprehensible mission, the
record
destruction
the closest
of one
approximation of this ringing on a
and in
tape
another part,
recorder,
at another time,
and then
the
start
two could
slowing
meet
it
as
up,
the sun rises and the day
running
begins.
it backwards, getting
Feel
control
the
of it. In
bond of
other words, getting it outside
Watching the
himself,
dawn
and then
reveal the
slowly
world for
dampening it down.
Yet they must
Well, he
kill
started to do this, and I
die in
also
hatred
used
now.
the wishing machine.
and the beauty
At
of the
very
dawn must pass
time that I was, we
unnoticed by them
synchronized it
both.
later, that I was using the
And
machine,
so it is.
he did have a dramatic
The one we
improvement in
watch
his condition,
goes
which
out
has
and
continued
dies.
to this day, I'm glad
And the
to
other
say.
goes out and kills.
Not completely gone,
and
but
later dies.
considerably alleviated.
And the one we watch lies dead with
Um,
1,000 others.
I think the tape, well,
picture
we
of
don't
his
know whether
wife
it was
as
the
he turned to
tapes
her
or the machine
and other
or
things.
whatever.
And with
Possibly
the official
both,
note
I
of
don't
condolence.
know. And then also there was a growth on my cat's lower lip. One of the cats has a growth on its lower
And
lip.
his death means as much
Surgery
as that
on the
note
lip, of course,
condolence.
is very difficult because
nothing.
the cat will eat. And it's very difficult
His
for
life and the picture of her
surgery on the lip to
were
heal.
everything.
Well, I had
together
some
they were the seed
considerable
of love and
success
joy
there.
and
It's
happiness.
gone down to the point where
And she is
you don't need
mystified.
surgery according to the
Too
test.
starkly, blankly,
No luck in getting a lost cat back.
to cry.
And no luck with the friend's
She too.
emphysema. Well,
Another dawn follows a sleepless night in a
of
cold,
course, you
lifeless
got,
bed.
so many good ones and so many bad ones. I don't know nothing about electronics or to what extent this device could be improved, or maybe someone could find just a simple
Yours not to
little
reason why.
circuit,
There is
something
no
that they could
reason
patent. As it is, you've got nothing
You're
you
there
can patent.
because you're there.
And that would really make it
Ask not,
a little more than
for
just,
you will hear only the echo of
so
your
many good ones and so many
question
bad ones.
and your
And
soul
there would certainly be a fortune in that. I mean, the title alone, the wishing machine, that's a real
But
winner.
I, Lucifer,
As I say, there's so
say
many,
unto you,
so many
ask
different
and feel the emptiness.
stories that you could write
Know the hollowness of
on the
war.
subject of
Know the hollowness of war.
wishing
The
machine.
pointlessness of
let's
man's
see,
destruction of his fellow man.
Well,
See
mister, I
the
don't say
ignominy
it
of
works,
battle.
but I know the man cleared the
Brother
acne
against
off his
brother.
daughter's ugly face.
That brings only
Nobody
death.
seen just how ugly it was. We cleared the acne off.
Widow's
Maybe he shouldn't have done it like that.
despair.
Then he wished the hemorrhoids
the
of his
full
grandmother to
horror
recede.
of man set
Before there was
against
night
man
crawlers, now
in
there's like
hatred
those
and
little
fear.
red worms you play shit
And yet
spreading
no
on your
hatred.
hook. Another bloke killed a
Only
tapeworm
love
in his
that
maiden
seeks
aunt, and her
to
gained
obliterate
10
for
pounds
no
in 1 week.
Whatever, beyond a hollow
Well,
phrase.
do anything positive like
contradicts
bringing
another
back a
for which
lost cat.
others
He's
are
looking for
pledged.
a lost cat too. Well, I don't rightly know,
See
but I
the
figure
full
with this
horror of
artifact,
man
the
set
sky
against
might
man
not
in
be
hatred
delivered.
and fear.
All is in
And
the
yet
knockdown,
no
the
hatred.
diffidence that faltered. How's
Only
that?
love that he
Is
seeks
repelled.
to obliterate.
Tell
for no
Ezra to pull
reason
down his vanity.
whatsoever.
And bear in mind that
Beyond a
this
hollow
is a
phrase
murder machine.
that contradicts another.
And this you gotta
which
hear.
others
Man wished his
pledged
neighbor dead, neighbor went full
kill.
crazy and come after the wisher with
And
a
all are
chainsaw.
sure
Cut him in 2 sections like the lady saw in
they
the half
killed
act.
for truth.
Difference being the wisher was
While
in
the
no
enemy
condition
killed
to take
for
the
love.
bow. And then the neighbor dropped
See the
dead from the
monstrous
fun of it.
degradation of mankind.
So
Inherent
think before
in the
you
very
wish out
concept.
some rotten weed wish.
And when
God's
you've
a
asked,
chance don't
heard
like wine as
silence,
welchers and
the
pikers.
answerless void.
Eat a whiny wish through this
Then
machine and
see
you will
the
soon have
majesty of
ample
manhood.
cause to whine.
The
And from
dignity of
half-assed
man in
wishers
harmony.
shall be taken even that which they
And see
have.
man as he could have been,
I only want one
master of the
thing. In
garden of
that
his
case,
world,
you'll likely get it one
living
way
a
or
life of
another.
love and exaltation.
So he wishes, makes an unconditional wish
Facing the
for
day with joy and
smokers'
expectation.
return, regardless of any
Calm.
consequences.
Peaceful,
Knowing that the fulfillment of his wish might occasion an earthquake
enveloped in the warm
or a winter
glow
tornado might even
soft
rip the known
companionship.
universe apart. In other words, you've got to be able to take those chances if you're gonna.
Vow upon the
use
life
this
of your
machine.
God that has given
Oh,
you
the title.
the beauty of the world in which
he doesn't
he
say,
set
but I'm
you.
sure it comes from that
Vow
old
to
story.
make
You
war
know,
on war.
You take something
in
a
my
monkey
name,
likes, like an
the name of
almond or
Lucifer,
raisin,
the
and put it in
bringer
a
of light,
coconut
the
or a box
bestower
with a
of
hole that's
joy.
big enough in a monkey's paw.
set your
And he
seal.
reaches in there and grabs the handful of
I,
these, whatever it is,
Lucifer,
and he can't get his hand back out,
claim the
and he's
end.
too dumb to let go of what he's got, just like Homo
It is
sapiens.
neither my choice nor my will that the end should be,
Well,
but it is written in the annals of time, and none shall erase it.
oh, you can
Man
turn up.
shall decide his destiny, and now the wheel has turned.
Story material
full cycle.
anywhere. Oh,
And the
well,
moment is not
more
far
on
off.
this variation on
Sound
the
of
monkey
trumpet
paw.
shall herald the
So it
last
makes a simple wish. I just
in
want to
the
do my
game.
job better than anybody has ever done it before.
And I,
boys, he in for
Lucifer,
trouble.
shall be there
So
at
the
the
wish
end,
is a cop. At first, when he starts
And
cracking
those
cases,
who have
everybody
known
likes him.
the
He
end
gets promoted.
and
But,
set themselves
well,
truly
if he
apart
goes
from
on
the
and
end,
on,
have
and
proclaimed
boy,
the
they just
beauty
want
of
to be
life
rid of him.
and the
Doesn't pay to
senselessness
get
of
too good
violent
at
death.
anything.
Those
And
who
so
followed
forth.
my
Someone wants
road
to
the
write a
last
great book,
and have
but it's so
worshipped
great
love
nobody can
in the
stand to
very
read it.
midst of hatred.
So,
They are my people.
whatever you wish for, and of
Shall
course,
come to me.
some people naturally would wish for
But one thing I
some
pray.
gift like second sight. That's a very common wish. Well, that's got a lot more sense than trying to wish for money. That's about the
Choose
worst
not
thing.
to be blind
Wish
to
for
war
something
or to
solid,
the imminence of
three-dimensional
war.
like money.
See it, feel it, know it. Do not allow it to be reasoned.
I haven't seen any stories. This would be
Rationalized
another
into
good
non-existence.
exercise for a class on the
Whatever
Tylenol
choice you make,
Excedrin killer.
take not
How you're
the
trying to
road,
get into his
the
mind.
road of
Well, obviously the guy's got something about
the road that
painkillers.
says
Because both of them, you see, there was extra
all's
strength
well with the world and
Tylenol
humanity.
and what
There
is
will
it?
be
Extra
no
strength
devastation,
Excedrin.
for therein lies
Yeah.
the way to
So
a hell,
I don't know
that is
what is
worse
in his mind, whether he
hell.
disapproves of painkillers
to a
or
fate and a
or what?
destiny beside
he's
which
got something
war
on
itself
painkillers.
is nothing. War itself
Yeah,
is nothing but a
one on
gentle
that.
reprimand. For
there are
that
two little
road
incidents
is
picked
more
up
than
in
a
the
simple
paper.
rejection of God.
Someone who recognized
It is
his
the very
death and then
denial of
insisted
truth.
on being killed by an
Blanket
unwise
of
physical
ignorance
attack
cast
on his own
over
instrument of death.
everything, so that life becomes
Just about
torturous life.
silly a thing as a man could do.
The man who says,
Well, this man got
I
drunk and
spit
was
upon
swimming in a
God.
slough in Florida when
Finds
he saw two
retribution.
alligators. In a frenzy of rage,
the
he
man who
attacked the
says,
alligators, screaming obscenities.
there is no God,
And the alligators dragged him out
when
of
his
the water and
lies
drowned him.
exposed,
Of course, nobody did
finds
anything about it. They said he got what was coming to him. Now, the other young man got on a bus muttering
So it is
imprecations,
with the
and there
way
was an
of
old
life.
85-year-old man sitting there.
when eyes that have
And he
been
looked
tight
at him and said,
closed,
"You!"
so that fantasy
Pulled the
can
old
rule
man from his seat and threw him to the floor. And the old man said, "You don't know who
harsh
you're messing
light,
around with."
irrefutable reality.
So then the old man
Then comes
pulled a .25
agony
automatic from his
so
raincoat pocket and fired 3
inconceivably
shots,
intense
killing the youth
that
instantly.
were I to describe
He was
it,
acquitted.
you would become faint with the horror of its match. And that agony
Well,
reserved for those who meet the day wrapped
this is a
great
point
mist
I've
of
made
rational
many times before
is
in my talks here at Naropa.
eternity.
But I know that it's happened to me
So
many times that someone had to tell me something
eyes
10 times before
see
I finally
and know
heard it.
and make your vow in my name.
This is just
For
a
I,
simple
Lucifer,
observation
bringer
on
of
the way
light, shall
human
not
perception
desert my
actually
people at
functions.
the end.
Everything you see has a special
Fear
meaning
not
for
the
you
horror
because
of
you
war,
see it.
But stand
Seems
beyond
obvious,
it.
but in practice it
Rise
comes as a
above
shock
it.
to many people.
There is
People have been
beauty
brain
within
damaged by the
mind
scientific
for those who
dogma
will see.
that there is no relation
Love
between
within the
human
heart
consciousness
for those
and
who
so-called external reality.
peace within the soul.
So I just
for
always
those who
gave this exercise to my
I,
students,
Lucifer,
and
bring
I'll get to it here in a moment.
mourn with me the fate of the earth, the loss
So
of the incomparable
this
loveliness
scientific,
of all
the
creation.
scientific
Weep for the
mentality
destruction
is
of
quite
man and the
as
end
dogmatic
of the human game,
as
the degradation
the
of
old
all
devil snatchers of the
dignity itself.
Inquisition. The one side has said anyone writing or publishing anything on a so-called ESP and flying saucer should be publicly horsewhipped and refrain from further activity. And another said he would not believe in ESP no matter what evidence was offered.
As they flee helpless
Now,
before the
the
inexorable
basic,
avalanche
what is the
total
basic
war,
dogma of
finally
science?
enveloped.
It is very simple and quite indefensible that
We moan
the
the
underlying dogma is quite simple. Human consciousness must never be allowed to influence physical processes or other consciousness.
Play no part in claiming.
Well, to me, this is an absolutely indefensible position, invalidated by simple observation on the part of anyone who keeps his eyes and his mind open.
Express the dignity.
Here's a quote from the New York Times. No one can seriously maintain at the present time that the rights of a shaman could influence the weather.
At the very moment.
Well, only those who have seen it done or done it.
Show his beauty.
I've seen wells witched out and all that sort of thing. It's a question of clicking in. But we can see the same process in operation all around us, round the clock. Just make a habit of noting what you are thinking and feeling when you encounter an intersection point that caught your attention. It could be words on a passing truck, an advertisement, or a person. Didn't I see him before in the deli and the drugstore? You did, but he isn't following you. He's just in the same time group.
The pride, the majesty, the noble strength,
I remember
the courage and the swift vitality that man in the image of his
really
God
ran into him, in fact, and he was often opposite to me on the subway, and I know he will get off at my stop, which is Franklin Street, and he did.
When all is
Nothing more to it than that.
And the game is
I'm thinking about New Mexico and come around a corner, and there's a New Mexico. Wisely, New Mexico, land of enchantment.
And for those who live by the light,
well, some of my students became quite paranoid as people were following them, and that everything was talking to them, and everything had meaning. I said, of course it has meaning. It was too much for some of them. One of them heard voices saying that I was the B666 or some such nonsense for that, and he had to kill me. Well, he later found Jesus, or Jesus found him. I don't know which, but I got a note from him. Also, you can alter your surroundings by altering your point of observation, and that is an act of magic that is performed by every artist.
And they shall go on with Lucifer.
You can't learn anything. You can't teach anybody anything they don't know already on some level.
So
you can't show anyone anything they haven't already seen.
Choose between life
he just won't see it.
And death.
Of course, there are people that just don't want to see. There's always the danger of seeing more than you can take. And consider that dedicated professional non-seers are in all positions of power. And non-seeing is an escalating process. The less you see today, the less you'll see tomorrow, and so forth.
Is the essence of life.
Meanwhile, cats are being boiled alive for food in South Korea. The remaining rainforest is being rapidly destroyed. And there is always, of course, some group brutally oppressing or exterminating another group, leaving a trail of underground terrorist cells, Biafrans, Armenians. Remember the starving Armenians of the 20s? Well, they still maintain a very active terrorist cell. And separatists in all directions, performing their own atrocities and absolutely justified in doing so, at least in their own unwavering opinion.
Destroyed. Who kills is killed. Who hates.
Well, we could stop for some questions at this point.
For men,
some questions, anyone?
That which they have sown, and then in abundance.
No questions.
This is the law of the universe.
Well, in that case, I would like to
apart from the sowers of death,
say something about
the worshippers of war,
techniques of the
cherish the
big
seeds
lie.
of life in the joys of living.
L. Ron Hubbard was a master of the big lie, and he had all these rules for there's a number of rules. Always accuse others of doing what you're doing yourself.
Stand aside
and here are some techniques for cutting other people's communication bonds. Premature acknowledgement. Acknowledge before the person comes to the point. Laugh before he finishes the joke. Under acknowledgement. Like you just couldn't have said anything so stupid and distasteful. Over acknowledgement. Like there's nothing more to say on the subject.
The human race destroyed. Long live the new world and the new creation. for it shall be devised of immortality.